Suzuki Swift 2008. There's the VIN EZ model. And what's happening is it runs fine, and then all of a sudden we have an intermittent misfire on two of the cylinders. See if I can simulate it for you. Doesn't happen all the time. See, right now it's fine. This is the manual 1.5, and then you'll be going up a hill, or all of a sudden you'll be driving and it'll start to misfire. At the moment it's running perfectly. I put the diagnostics on it and I got C, what was it, 0300, 0302, 03. So basically, random misfire was the first code. I think it's about to do it now. Then we had misfire on cylinder 1 and cylinder 4. It's idling fine now, but basically it will start to misfire, lose 2 cylinders at any given moment, and then, you know, try and stall because it's only running on 2 cylinders. This is bad for the engine when it's doing that, because it's combusting and all the unburnt fuel and stuff is going into the spark plugs and all the rest. So with that, it's something that's got to be fixed straight away. But finding the problem is what the battle is. So I put diagnostics, a scan tool on this, and the best I got out of it was I got all sorts of codes like engine idle speed sensor. Of course, that, you know, is with the car off, so of course that's going to come up. So often there's a lot of different red flags. So with this one here, the best that I could get off the scan tool, I mean, I got all sorts of even power steering fault, but none of that is really relevant to this problem. So for this problem here, I believe it's the coil pack, because it's cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 that are playing up. And the code was, I think it was C0300, which means rapid random misfire, and the other code was C001 and C004 or 3. Basically, when I looked it up, it was cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 that were playing up. So I'll show you where they are. And with these coil packs on this car, they're actually connected, so I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just waiting to see if we can get it to play up again. I mean, at the moment, nothing. It runs fine, drives great, but all of a sudden it'll just start playing up. My guess is that those coil packs probably need to be replaced out. This has 77, it's probably got to be replaced out at 60,000, but they probably haven't been. So that's why one of them is starting to fail. You can get a whole new kit. There you go, watch. See that? Just dropped. Now it's spluttering. And it kicks back in again. Now we're back to good again. So I reckon it's an electrical issue of the coil failing, and cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 are the ones that are going down, and that coil pack is linked, and I'll show that to you. So that's it at the moment. Intermittent misfiring, causing it to lose power, causing it to stall, and let's see if we can fix it. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to take off the negative, take this airbox off, take this airbox off, and then we have to get down to where the coils, where the spark plugs are, where the coils sit, and I believe it's under this black plastic cover. Okay, step 1, disconnect negative terminal, 1 screw here, 1 screw down here, 1 screw here, 1 screw here, 1 screw here, disconnect, and now we should be able to just get this box off. So we have to maneuver this in such a way. This one here has some clips underneath that this box locks into. Air cover is off. These tabs lock into here. So it's a little bit tricky to get it off. Now we're going to take this off. Okay, so now we have exposed the coil packs. So I believe it is number 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can see how number 1 and number 4 are connected. This is what I was getting the error on, number 1 and number 4 failing, meaning this coil pack's okay, but this coil pack most likely is the one that's the problem. So to get this out, we're just going to clip this, I'm going to push this down, wiggle it. We're going to take off these two bolts, put the new one in, plug it in, and then we're going to test. This is the part, and that's the part number U4008 underneath that 383K. There it is there. Everything looks identical. This is the box it came in from Repco. There's the part number there. Okay, this looks like a 12. We'll take that out and do that. Okay, so there's the new one installed. You can see it. That's the old one that came out. I had a look down there. There's no water or anything or oil in that hole, just a spark plug. So there's the old one there. Take it out, bolt it in, bolt the new one in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the air filter off now, make sure nothing's going to fall in, and I'm going to give it a little run and see if we can, if we're still misfiring. Hopefully not. Before I do anything, I'm just going to reconnect the battery, make sure nothing's going to fall back in. I'm going to leave the airbox off, and we're going to test. Make sure everything's in nice and tight. So that's cylinder 1, cylinder 4, cylinder 2 and cylinder 3 are on their own pack, coil pack. I also have my diagnostics tool here, this topped on one that I just bought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car. I'm going to plug this in, start the car, clear all the fault codes and see if anything else turns up. Okay, we have a good start. Turning on diagnostics. So now I'm going to let it run for a little while. If I idle at about 1000, that's fine, and it should go down to about 900. Just open up the window so it doesn't get hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clear any fault codes and make sure there's nothing else sort of showing up. So we're sort of starting from scratch again. I have to put that down there. So I want to clear every fault code out of it. Some you've got to turn the car on and off and stuff like that. So basically, I'm going to run it to see if those problems come back. Hopefully not. Make sure there's no reflection. So this is the topped on, what was that? I think that's that's my diagnostics pairing with its Bluetooth dongle down in the OBD port. Diagnostics, Suzuki. I guess I don't need my rubber gloves anymore. Okay, so let's go automatic. Sorry, it's a manual. Cancel. Manual. Other. And let's just go other again. And we're going to let it search for its own VIN number to pull up the exact Pacific model. Manual transmission. I couldn't find the exact model. I could find it under VIN. And I'm noticing also the stereo as well now will probably need the number to be put back in. But doing any work on a car, you got to do that. It's most likely going through every system until it finds a compatible one. ABS. We'll just go not equipped. We don't worry about that. It's not okay. Auto scan. Auto scan. So it's sounding pretty good. So the air filter is off, so that's okay, one fault code. So before I had 3. Power supply voltage too high, and it says history. So let's clear all these. I have an ABS light that was blinking and now that's gone. Okay, so let's do another scan. Hopefully we've got nothing turning up. Okay, now is the time when it normally wants to stall. See, it's down on its low, we're about 700 RPM, 800 RPM, and it's not stalling. It's not dropping below that. We've got no diagnostics code. We're 100% complete, so it looks good. Confirm. Okay, hot functions. Nope. Vehicle profile. Confirm. So there is a live function in this as well, which we might just do. Okay, don't forget the dongle. Let's go to VIN, auto VIN. That's cool, it's got an auto VIN function. Alright, so we are quite low on our idle. Well, we're exactly where we need to be at 2, 4, 6, 700 RPM. It's a little low. I would prefer 8, but that is idling nicely, and it's not playing up. So the error codes I had were yeah, cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 random misfire, and I think we might have fixed it. Seems to be okay. Hasn't really stalled once. It's gotten a low rev, but it hasn't stalled. As this stereo's come back. Okay. Before it was saying check system, it's not doing that anymore. So that's good. Okay. So I'll let this run for a little while. We're down to about 650 RPM now. Okay, so it's asking me to enter in the VIN number, which I can do. I have a rego paper here. Uh-oh. It went to just do that problem again. I felt it. I mean, it's not doing the problem as bad as it was, but it went to go do that same problem yet again. It just went da 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 da. So on saying that too, maybe both coil packs need to be replaced. I'm leaning towards that. It's definitely idling better, and it's definitely not getting like misfires. Misfires are not happening. But there was a little splutter there. So I think I replaced the next coil pack, because if one's gone, the other one's probably gone too. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this F10 in the tank. Petrol cleans entire fuel system, improves fuel economy, removes water, dissolves waxes, gum, and all that sort of stuff. So I'll put that in the tank. We put in 2 coils, same part number, and I also put in the 2 leads as well. So that's it. One was branded NGK, the other one looks like an aftermarket one. They both came in NGK boxes, I don't know, but they both do the same job. 2 new leads, 1, 2. Now we're going to turn it on and see if we get any splutter. So 2 new coils, 2 new leads, and we're just going to see. I mean, it was idling pretty good before, but I want to see if it's back to perfect. I disconnect the OBD. Sounds good. So I'm going to let it run for about 15-20 minutes and see what happens. It's cold now. Once it warms up, it should drop its idle. No air filter on it. I will do a 5 minute and a 10 minute. Okay, so we're at the 15 minute mark, 10 to 15 minute mark, and no splutter. It's idling very nicely at 2, 4, 6, 7,000 RPM. Very responsive. Drop backs nicely. Feels good. So I replaced the 2 coil packs. I couldn't replace the spark plugs. I didn't have the socket. A lot of the spark plugs as well can be up to 80 to 100,000 if they're long life. Most likely they are. So they've probably got a bit of life in them. I believe most of the problem was caused by those coil packs. So I replaced both of them, and I replaced one of them. It had a significant improvement. I replaced both, and it seems to be running like a perfect car now. Anyway, leave your comments down below.